Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Sagittarius, this is your love reading. It's a little bit of a different reading, though. It's not your typical boy meets girl, boy meets boy, whatever sexual preference you have. I'm asking plainly how Sagittarius can get more love into their life, or where you're at on your journey to the love vibration, as I believe every one of us are. Like, we're just ascending our vibration more and more and more, ascending our heart and just coming closer and closer into the whatever we're made up of, the love vibration. So let's see what's going on there for you. That can manifest in a romantic partnership, that can manifest in a soul tribe friendship, it can manifest in a business partner relationship, even in a dog, like whatever animal, but that's on the outer plane. Does that make sense? So let's see what's going on for you, Sagittarius. This is basically mid-April until mid-May of 2022. I'm always supposed to crawl on the floor. That was the first card. Second card out. First one is win or lose. You snooze, you lose. Is that the expression? You snooze, you lose. I was snoozing this morning. Jesus, I was so tired. I don't know. You just know the feeling in your bed when, like, the bed is just the pillow is perfect. The warmth underneath the covers is perfect. Just everything about it is perfect, and it's a little bit not perfect outside of that. And then the boy was like, "Mom, like, are you ever gonna get up?" Yeah. Okay, second card out. What's going on for Sagittarius? For love, for the month of April and May. Wow. What is going on here? So we have win or lose, number 5, which is 5 numerology wise is all about overcoming obstacles, dealing with conflict, dealing with hardship, but also like a great opportunity for change. 5 usually is the strongest. Like five has the biggest potential for growth. And so 5 is not to be feared, it's to overcome. And then we have rest and reconsider. So there's something, definitely with the order of these cards, something is going on here. I think you're taking a break from something. You're taking a break perhaps even from life, or just rest and reconsider. So it's like, okay, whatever path you were on, it's like you're stopping and like reconsider, like you're thinking again, like what do you truly want, Sagittarius? So there might be like a little bit of existential like questions going on right now. Number 9, there's numerology wise, because of the energy that I'm seeing, I'm saying that is like we're ending something, we're ending in a cycle here. And then we have the moving on with number 8. So that's like regaining power, regaining strength, finding yourself again, choosing a path that feels more truthful and authentic to you. And so we're leaving something behind and we're moving on to this new, greener paths, if you will. So let's just clarify this, going deeper into this message. So we have this win or lose. Why is that here for Sagittarius, please? A little bit tea. Why is that here for Sagittarius, please? Win or lose? Wow. I caught it. I didn't have to crawl on the floor. It feels like there's one more. King of Michael. King of Michael. There's 2 more. Oh my goodness. This is such a power. Oh, geez. The energy of this. King of Michael with the Lovers, with the Queen of Raphael. Like, I don't even know what end to start with here. So with the win or lose, apparently is win. This is all about communication. It's like, okay, whatever is going on with people around you and even with yourself, you have to feel which one this is. It can be, and this feels a little bit towards the past. If it's anything like in the present moment, it's about to peter out. This is something like we're moving now towards the future. The focus here is that we're moving on, right? So this might be also like a little bit in the past that this has taken place, but it still has an effect on you, or like it's still on the table, and it wants to show that this is where we started and this is what we now have grown into, which is extraordinary. So Sagittarius, there could have been a situation where you were having communications with people, you were dealing with people or situations where it felt like, I don't really know how to say it, like it felt like you needed to watch your tongue a little bit, like you just, whatever you said, what was upsetting to the other person, whatever you brought to the table, it feels like they felt hurt by it, or they felt like you couldn't say one right thing, or I would say that they were a little bit in the victim mode, maybe still are. If you don't know immediately who this person is, that's not the story for you, because I feel like that is coming out so strongly, so that this very part probably doesn't resonate with you, because that's like, I don't get anything around it. So this is like a carefully choosing your words and carefully dealing with people in your surroundings, that they think that their story, their way of going about things are like the correct, perfect way to go about things, and it sort of doesn't really matter what you're saying, and being on the opposite end of that is just almost going to create a war. So it's like you needed to watch your tongue a little bit, you needed to watch what you said. And there's something here, Sagittarius, like if there's anyone, and I don't believe in victims whatsoever, but if there's anyone who's a victim here, if there's anyone who's like in a situation where someone is like on top and someone is a little bit of the underdog, I'd say you're the one who's the underdog, and the person who has like more strength, has more the upper hand in this situation, is behaving like they are the underdog. Does this make any sense? There's a situation here that you needed to learn like so much from. It's almost like you're defeated, and the people around you, maybe even like family members, friends, co-workers, people around you doesn't even recognize like how much of what hardship you're in, and they're like trying to steal the limelight from you a little bit. This has been like a learning curve for sure. This has been a learning curve, and what that has brought about is like you've chosen to carefully choose your words, you've chosen your actions, you've chosen your path moving forward around these particular people or this particular situation. This has led you, like, okay, so first we have the King of Michael, which on the bottom it says wisdom and objectivity are important now. And so your wisdom and being objective, like it's almost like you don't bring yourself to the table. It's like you see the whole story play out, and you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna say exactly what I feel like I need to say. It's almost like you understand that just because you don't speak your truth, or are being quite forceful with what you want or what you need, it doesn't diminish who you are. But for the sake of the calm in the situation, or for the sake of the non-conflict in the conversation, you're carefully choosing your words and using your wisdom here to sort of level the playing field. Does that make sense? Wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity. A situation that calls for honest and open communication. I can't help but think of the Nordic, this is the Swedish colors, yellow and blue. So the king, for me, is like they're holding the highest possible energy around a person. And I feel like this is you. Like you're coming from a situation, I don't know how to describe it. It feels like it's just a situation. something has made you be quite down and out, whether that is health, whether that is like finances, whether that is like because of a relationship. Something has caused you to be quite down and out, and you're not now. The situation that caused for you to be down and out is the very reason for you to be so on top of things right now. And it's almost like a near-death experience. I understand that not every single Sagittarius here listening to this has had a near-death experience. It just feels like it's those moments in life where you like reevaluate. We have rest and reconsider coming up, so it's like you reevaluate everything. If you have put like so much of yourself into a relationship, like maybe 10 years or like 5 years, these days like 5 years, 1 year is like 10 years in the energies. It doesn't like have to be 20 years for it to feel really, really long. Let's just say you focused your whole freaking heart into this relationship, whether that is a business partner, whether that is a romantic partner, whether that is a really close friend. You put your time, you put your love, maybe even your money, like you put it into this relationship, only to find that it went completely south. Just completely south. Like this is not working for you. And so the way that it ended, or the way that you had like an epiphany or like an aha moment saying, okay, I can't go on with this, it has made you reevaluate things. If this is a health scare, if this is like you literally were on the like brink of like, okay, bye-bye to this earth, people come back all the time saying, you know, they're not interested in, like, you go ahead and you fuss and you argue about those little things. I sort of just survived. And so I'm just going to focus on like what's sort of important here in life, because it sort of becomes quite obvious what is not important. So there's something about like the re-evaluation of your life, the reclaiming of your power, as we have with the moving on, like the reclaiming of your power, the strength that you're coming into, together with the Queen of Raphael, which like the King of Michael holds the highest energy around a person. The Queen of Raphael comes out when, there's immense healing that has taken place. Like there's the underdog were not supposed to come back from this. Like what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Well, it sort of almost killed you, but it didn't. There's the queen. The queen knows herself, and it's not just knowledge anymore. It's not just life experience anymore. That has turned into real maturity, real wisdom. The difference between knowledge and wisdom is so vastly different. Just because a person is knowledgeable, they could have read every single book in history and still not be wise. They can still not grow, but life experience to this degree will turn you into the queen. Like you freaking came out on the other side of this, and you're just everything has a meaning, everything has a purpose, yet you probably feel like it doesn't really matter. So it's so interesting because it becomes a paradox in a way. And then with the Lovers, and today for some reason, so this is your love reading, and the Lovers sometimes is about having a choice, or having like to make a choice, to have decisions. So I don't know if you sort of have come back into a situation where you sort of get all your senses together. Maybe for a while you were just checked out for whatever reason. Maybe you were like so deep into this relationship you couldn't see clearly, and you started to make very poor decisions. Or you were in a health situation where you're just, you're so focused on just getting better or getting well, again, that nothing else matters. It can even like be a financial crash, or like your business is just really not going well here, and you're so like immersed into that. And so it's like when you snap out of it, when you sort of come back onto the playing field, it's interesting because this is the second time that I'm using the word playing field. So I think that you, with the reevaluation of things, you understand that this is a game. this is all an illusion. And although you're not interested in the petty stuff, in the nitty-gritty, like the small, you don't smell you don't smell the small stuff. That's a new, I just coined a new expression. You don't smell the small stuff. You don't sweat the small stuff. It's just not interesting for you anymore. And yet it's like, so it sounds like Sagittarius has become all serious. No, quite the opposite. Probably for the first time in your life, you have become what Sagittarius is all about, playful. And so it's like, if this is a playing field, this is a game show. This is like, what really matters to you? What do you want to do? Like the inner child is here to play. And so when you're coming back to that, like when you're snapping out, or I don't know if I should use the word snap out of it, but like when you're out of that super focus, like if you were so focused on a relationship that it just held you in this tight situation for a bit, or like you're so under the water of like financially not surviving, you know, that it just holds you in this grip of not being able to see clearly, or just dealing with some sort of health scare, whatever this is for you. It's like when you are now coming back, and this is a little bit of that feeling, like when you came back, either it's the person itself that you dealt with that made you sort of be gone for a little bit, or it's the situation itself that you now have to deal with. That makes sense. Like coming back from the situation, seeing clearly again, okay, understanding that, okay, my whole life is not about this health thing. My whole life is not about money. My whole life is not about this relationship, whatever. Like, now what? Now how do I deal with this? And it's almost like now you have all these decisions to make, or you have like some sort of choice to make in your life as you're coming back. It's almost like you left this company for a long time, or you left, if you've been really immersed in this company, you're coming sort of back home, and it's like, oh, let's just have a discussion in our relationship because I've been away for a bit. It's like you need to sort out certain things as you come back. Does that make sense? But you're coming to a place of strength. If you don't feel the strength and power just yet, you're just on your way there. Because we have the next one, which is rest and reconsider. Like you're not in any hurry to get back out there. You're just, I understand that whatever you've been through, like whatever, like borderlining, crossing over to the other side, whether that is like you literally due to health or whatever has been doing that, or literally have had those thoughts like it's not worth it. It's freaking not worth it to be here. It's just too tough. It's too hard. It's like after sort of coming back from that, you're just reconsidering everything. And I think the very, very thing that made you even question whether you want to stay here or not is what's made you so much stronger. Like you're coming into this mastery in yourself. You're becoming this magician now because of the hardship that you went through. This is what I mean with life experience. When this is not reading 20 books and just gaining more and more knowledge about trees. It's about being out in nature and feeling the tree and understand what it means to have a real interaction with the tree. I don't know why I'm using that as an analogy. Maybe that's fitting for someone. Just feel the connection with the trees as you're out there. You can't read about that connection. You just get a little bit more about the rest and reconsider here for Sagittarius, please. Like you have a little bit of baggage there with you. You're resting up and you want to move on, but the baggage, like the bag is there. Not fully letting go of the baggage just yet. I can work as a safety blanket as well. You know, a safety blanket, like as a having your past with you, or a really, really powerful situation that has happened to you can sometimes act, even though it doesn't serve you to think about it anymore, or it doesn't serve you to be in that energy anymore, or you're just done with that energy altogether. It's just not helping you anymore. It doesn't expand you anymore. It can work as a little bit as a safety blanket to hold on to it because it has become really familiar, and it's almost like your friend that it's a little bit tricky to get rid of. Seven of Raphael. So we have Queen of Raphael, like you've done such an extraordinary job of just centering yourself, balancing yourself. Here's this time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action, and need for detoxification. So the detoxification, I think you have already done, or you're just in the midst of it. This need to make a decision. I just, with the rest and reconsider, this is clearing up all your chakras. Like, it's almost like you've been in a reboot situation. Du är nollställd, I would say in Swedish. Like, it's like you almost start over. You're starting over, but you're like, this is a love reading. This is about your love vibration. This is you coming into higher and higher vibration to get like closer and closer to who you are. And whatever situation you've been through, it really has catalyzed. You don't say that. It has propelled you. Let's use another word. It has propelled you into a higher vibration really, really quickly. And you've worked on almost every part of yourself here. And it's time to start to enjoy yourself. It's time to start to enjoy what you have created. And the situation that sort of helped you, doesn't feel like help sometimes. That's why I'm doing this. That has propelled you into who you really are. And then we have the moving on. Like, you're letting go of the past. It's like you see the traces there. You see the footprints of your past. But I love the analogy of this because it's like it feels, the ocean to me is very like it's about your emotions. It's about your emotions and how it just takes that one wave of emotion to sort of sweep, like to have all these footprints be gone. Just one elevated emotional feeling and your past is gone. Like, you're moving on now. You really, really are. Regaining your power, regaining your strength. We already saw that with the Queen and the King on the table. I just feel with the commitment or connections to other people or other situations right now, from where you've been to where you now are, is going to be so vastly different. Moving on. Why is that here for Sagittarius, please? Yeah, this is, you've been checked out for a bit. Seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. So I was just talking about that. How like one elevated emotion, like one elevated emotional wave will sweep out the past. Like, as you elevate yourself, as you're moving on, you're going to like become higher and higher in vibration. And you're going to feel lighter and lighter. And the past is sort of just going to be in the past. It has when you use the word catalyst, it has propelled you into your now like present version of yourself. But I think that this thing that has happened to you, or this thing that you've been through, this experience that you've been through, it's sort of like the, you know, when you say the thing like you had to be there. This is not something that you sort of just, like you don't just repeat the story. You're like, you're telling this story to someone else. And as I'm sitting here and I'm listening to this story, I can only, with my life experience or with my reference, try to understand what you've been through, but I will never fully understand what you've been through because I haven't been through it. This type of life experience that you've been through is something that maybe makes you feel a little bit lonely because you don't really have anyone to fully share this with, because no one really understands what you've been through. Does that make sense? So you're a little bit emotionally cut off, as you are here as well. Like, you see both of these pictures have the ocean is not sort of fully reaching you. So I would say that you're a little bit emotionally cut off, and that might work as a defense mechanism from other people. It feels like you've heightened your sensibility, like you've heightened, like I can only compare it to what I would consider, like when I was, obviously I'm sensing things and I'm working with spirit, and I would say that these days I'm really, really intuitive. However, there was something magical going on when I was expecting, obviously when I was expecting my first son. That was like, he's now 21 years old, so that was a little while ago. I was such a different person than when I was expecting my son, who turned 4 years old yesterday. As I'm recording this, it was yesterday. The level of intuition and the level of sensitivity as I was pregnant was through the roof. And it's the closest that I can compare this to. It's like you're so charged, yet a little bit emotionally cut off. Does that make sense? It's like you're, because you're so sensitive and you're so charged and you're in a way so emotional, you're cutting yourself off a little bit from other people because it's just too much to bear. It's too much to deal with. You're going to come back around. We have 4 and we have 8 here. 4 is laying a new foundation for yourself, and you truly are coming from the heart. Everything that's important to you, that's what's leading the way now. You're leading the way in the most authentic way that a person can. And number 8 is regaining that strength and that power within you. I'm going to take this into the extension and see what else I can find there for you. A lot of green, I just realized. A lot of heart chakra on the table. See what else I can find and see what Spirit wants you to know. So if you're interested in that, the links to it is in the description box. Just read about it and see whatever fits you better. If not, thank you so much for watching, Sagittarius. I truly appreciate you guys being here, watching these videos. It really, really is quite amazing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Maybe even giving a little thumbs up. It really helps me understand if you like these videos or not, so that I'm just not here just rambling on and no one really likes it. Then what's the point, you know? So please do that if you can. Completely free. Hope to see some of you guys in the extension. Bye.